Now, welcome back to our show. I am so excited about our new guest here on the show. We've got Capitol recording artist Aidan Bissett joining us to talk all things about his latest EP and the tour that he is currently on. Aidan, how are you today?
Doing really, really good. Thank you for having me. I'm stoked to be here.
Yeah, we are so
Yeah.
excited. You know, you've got your music is amazing. So you just released your latest EP. Talk to me a little bit about your sound and what really what has influenced your music.
Yeah, I grew up listening to so many bands. My dad was super into the alt scene. So when I started playing guitar, I immediately gravitated to classic rock groups like AC/DC, Queen, Guns N' Roses, and from there that kind of expanded into more modern bands. I think the first album I listened to in full was Parachutes by Coldplay, which still has a great effect on me today.
Love that. So how has it influenced your latest EP? You've got so many good songs on it. I think, I was looking at it and it has similarities, but each song is very different. How did you select what song would be going onto the EP?
I feel like my writing process is so interesting and maybe a little bit different than other artists. I tend to know immediately when I write the song if it's going to be on or if it's not going to be on a project. There's just something that kind of clicks in my brain where I'm like, okay, yes, this makes sense, or this one isn't right. It's still cool, but it just doesn't feel like the right fit. So it's kind of almost immediate. And these songs came over together in about like 6 or 8 months. And I was traveling back and forth from Nashville and LA. And yeah, it all flowed pretty fast. I feel like it worked every time I was in a session with the people that I usually work with. It was like we cranked out another one. And I was like, this makes sense. This works. It was rare that I felt like I was in a slump this time, which was really great.
That's awesome. Now you have a visual, your music video for how it's going to end, and tell me a little bit about that. I loved the video. What was the inspiration behind it, and how involved were you in the visual piece of it?
Yeah, visuals to me are so important. I think they're kind of weirdly forgotten in today's music space, just because short form has become so important. But making visuals like that, where it's like building a world and doing it on film, and it's more like less of a performance and more of I don't know, acting or something like that, I think is really important to help build a world around an artist. And I started writing that video and concepting it like 3 months prior to shooting it with a friend, Justin, who directed it. And it was this weird concept that we had, and he was like, "Oh, this is going to be weird, but I think we can do it. We can just run and gun it. We're going to shoot it on film. We're going to go to a field in the middle of Lancaster, California, with all your friends, and we're going to shoot this crazy film masterpiece." And I was like, "Hey, man, that sounds incredible. That's all I want to do is create something outside of the music that can draw fans in and give them an experience. That's what my goal was with visuals, was to give fans another experience, something else they can latch on to."
Yeah, and you can definitely see it in the video. I'd say, like, for me, I connected to like the emotional transparency that you have, and you have that in all of your music. But then to see it visually as well, it just really draws the viewer and the audience in. It's pretty incredible. So speaking of audience, you are on your first headlining tour. How's it going so far? Tell me a little bit about it.
It's been pretty incredible. I mean, we did 60 opening shows last year, or like the past year and a half. And so when the headline tour came around, I was definitely really nervous, but so ready and so excited. And these shows have been everything. I mean, been so far exceeding my expectations. The fans have been so responsive and energetic, and I mean, everything about it is a dream. There's nothing that really compares to it for me.
That's amazing. Do you have a favorite moment so far?
Favorite moment. I would say playing home. I played a show in Tampa, and my entire dad and mom side of the family was there. My grandparents there. My great grandma was there. She's 95. Uh, so glad that she enjoyed it, feeling the vibrations. But it was an incredible experience to play for them.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate your time. I know you've got a show in Denver and in Salt Lake, and they're completely sold out. So it's going to be exciting to watch you make your way back west. And then you plan to start an international leg of the tour in December as well. So do you have any expectations for that?
All I've heard is that the European shows will be rowdy and fun and sweaty, so I'm excited. I love when people kind of mosh and go hard, so it's I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, Aidan, where can fans go to stream your music, to follow your journey, and to really like be part of your experience?
I'm on across all socials. It's just my name, Aidan Bissett. Yeah, you can find me just about anywhere, and I'll be there.
Awesome. Supernova, love the EP. Congratulations on the tour and on your new EP. Very exciting stuff. I can't wait to see what else you do in the future.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, stay tuned. We are so excited that we had that conversation with Aidan. We will be right back after this break.